All right, good morning, everyone, and aloha. Yeah, Westside Pride, I like it. My name's Nate Sirota. I'm with the Honolulu Department of Parks and Recreation. I'm going to be your MC of events today on this beautiful rainy day over here on the Leeward, Oahu. First and foremost, though, I would like to introduce Nani Peterson, Kumu from the area around here, and actually an alumni from Mākaha Elementary, to provide us with an opening oli.
Aloha mai kākou. Oia, mahalo no ka aia na maiau e hele maia ne'i no ka vevehe I ke ia lani a ho ola ka honua no kākou a pau. Mahalo to the mayor for opening up this Arbors Day event. Mahalo to the urban and community forestry program for allowing us to be here. Mahalo for allowing me to be here to help to bring in the elements of today, because we need it. Everybody feel this wa. Today, before I start this Oli program, this opening, I want to just share a little bit because I'm a kumu olelo Hawaii, not a kumu hula, kumu olelo Hawaii. And so I need to teach. That's a part of who I am. And so we're going to learn a little bit olelo Hawaii. Hikina? Oia, hikina? Oia, kako a pau, olelo kako, o ka wā mā mua, ka wā mā hope. Oia, let's say that one more time. With oomph ke olu olu. O ka wā mā mua, ka wā mā hope. We need to look to the past in order to know what to do for us to live in the future. One important olelo no'eau from our kupunas. Another important olelo no'eau. He ali'i ka aina. Ho'opili mai kako. He ali'i ka aina. He kawa ke kanaka. The aina is chief. We are but as servants. And so how fitting it is for today to become new servants of our aina. Yeah. We embark upon new leadership. And so by looking at our past, to our ike of our kupuna, and understanding that they're here, all around us, in the rain, in the wind, in these clouds, in this aina, that we need to always malama her and never forget our kupuna ike. And I speak to all of you leaders. Before we start, you, future leaders, noha'i. Before we start this oli, this first chant that I will be doing is calling upon us to huli tukiakua. Who might that be? Again, our elements that give us life in every single way. We have not been good stewards. We have not been good stewards to our aina. And I say that humbly because our aina is not thriving. And when our aina thrives, we thrive as a people. And so this oli allows us to ask for forgiveness for our hema, for our heva throughout these times, but to ask also for the ike that we need to start new and bring life back to our aina, so that we bring life back to us. Kanaka. Kanaka of blood, kanaka not of blood. Kanaka. And so please stand with me as we do this first chant. I ask that you remove your hats and your sunglasses so that we can be connected to these elements, ke olu olu. Not only are we asking to forgive our leadership, yeah, we've all failed to some extent. We are also asking to forgive our kahuna that know not of at this moment. We're also asking us to forgive us, the maka'ainana, right, of the aina, right? Ehuli yakiakua, our elements. Ehuli yakiakua, kala yakiakua, kala ikahala o naali. Iho ola kaina, iho ola ke kanaka. Kala I kahala o na kahuna. Iho ola kaina, iho ola ke kanaka. Kala I kahala o kahu. Kamakaina na. Iho ola kaina, iho ola ke kanaka. He pule kala ke ia ya o mama uano. I would like to call upon Kumu Momi. And this will be the last oli to open up. And this oli is bringing on all of this beautiful ua. Momomi is a renowned kumukula from here in the Waianae area.
Hui, aloha.
Aloha no. And so this oli, kulani kahoi, asks upon the akuas to open up the space. And it's already open for us to start the day. Right? It also asks for us to remember that growth not only in the aina but within us. Right? It's a growth tent. Right? Because again, especially in this day and age, we all need new growth within us. And when we can realign ourselves, yeah, realign our three piko to spirit, to our ancestors, and to our future generations. Right? We better understand how to malama each other, especially her.
He kua nuia, kua ikia, kua loa, kua poko. He vehe kalani. Vehe. Kau hola kalani. Kau hola ia.
Hola ia.
Vavahi kalani. Vavahi ia.
Hulani ka hoi kau mai iluna e hu. Aua mai la ua, kupu mai la kupu, amu o mai la mu o, aliko mai la liko, alau mai la lau, alala mai la la la, akumu mai la kumu, akumu pa'aina ole. E ho o ulu mai, e ho o ulu mai. E ho olu mai a olu mai la e.
E kua nui, kua ike, kua loa, kua poko. He vehe kalani.
E vehe ia.
Kau hola kalani.
Ka hola ia.
Kau hola ia. Vavahi kalani.
Vavahi ia.
E kulani ha hoi kau mai iluna e hu.
Aua mai la ua, kupu mai la kupu, amu o mai la mu o, aliko mai la liko, alau mai la lau, alala mai la la la, akumu mai la kumu, akumu pa'ahina ole. E ho olu mai, e ho olu mai, e ho olu mai, a olu mai la e.
Kua poko, he vehe kalani.
E vehe ia.
Kau hola kalani.
Kau hola ia.
Vavahi kalani.
Vavahi ia.
E kulani ha ko'i, kau mai iluna e hu. Aua mai la ua, kupu mai la kupu, amu o mai la mu o, aliko mai la liko, alau mai la lau, alala mai la la la, akumu mai la kumu, Akumupa aina ole. Eho oulumai, eho oulumai, eho oulumai, a ulumai lae. A helio wale no hoe.
Mahalo kako a pau. E ulu noha I ke ia mau mea kanu maani a ke la mau mea kanu ke kahi a ko kako honua. O la kako a pau. Ahui ho.
Mahalo nui. You know, I'd like to take the opportunity to invite everyone to take a few deep breaths in and out with me. If you would, please. One deep breath in. Breathe out. Let's do one more together. Deep breath in and out. I truly believe that we are our best selves when we are calm and collected, when we take a few breaths to gather ourselves. And oftentimes we can take for granted our ability to breathe, to nourish our bodies, and for our natural environment that provides us with this air. And one of the best resources that provides us with this clean air are our tree friends. And we're here today not just to expand our community of friendship, but to also recognize that we need to take care of the friends that we already have, the trees that we've already planted here at Maili Community Park. And so really, I thank each and every one of you for coming down here and celebrating the Mayor's Arbor Day ceremony. Please give yourselves a round of applause. All right, now that we're calm, I want to hear some of the West Side pride. So I'm going to recognize some of the organizations in schools here. And when I call out your school, I want you to let me know how proud you are from that school, and I want to hear it. So let's hear it from Nānāikapono Elementary. Yeah! All right. Mākaha Elementary. Yeah! Leihoku Elementary. And Nānākuli High. Oh, the elementary keiki are showing you up, high school. And also, please, I'd like to recognize a lot of our community leaders that we have here. Representative Darius Keela. State Senator-elect and current Nānākuli Neighborhood Board Chair, Samantha DeCourt. The amazing organizations that we have here over on the right-hand side, Ku'ulunani State Forestry Program. We have a NIU now, and the CRB response team, that's the Coconut Rhinoceros Beetle response team. Malama Learning Center. Kingdom Pathways, doing awesome work out here in Leeward, Oahu. And last but very much not least, the hard-working arborists and staff from the City Department of Parks and Recreation and Division of Urban Forestry. Thank you, folks. With that in mind, I would like to call up the fearless leader of the Department of Parks and Recreation and an environmentalist in her own right. Director Laura H. Thielen has actually worked quite a bit in multiple aspects of environmental stewardship, whether that was in the state senate herself, chairing the Department of Land and Natural Resources, and now being one of the biggest advocates for environmentalism and for recreational access here in the Department of Parks and Recreation. So please help me in welcoming Laura H. Thielen.
Aloha and good morning, everyone. What a beautiful day for planting trees, with the blessing that's coming down on us and the Aina. They say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago, because trees are one of the few things that humans put in the ground that gets better with age. And in 20 years, if the trees were planted here 20 years ago, they'd be beautiful and huge. They say the second best day to plant a tree is today. So today what we're doing is we're putting in the ground these trees that are going to actually be here for you folks from the elementary school and the high school. And that's why you see the smiles on all of us older people's faces, is we know that you're really going to be the ones to benefit from it. When Mayor Blangiardi was elected and I applied for this job at Parks, I came in for the interview with him and he said, you know, Laura, what we really need is we need to correct inequities on Oahu. We need to focus on communities that the city hasn't necessarily focused on in the way that they have and should have for many years. And so we took a look around at parks like this and we thought, you know, where are the big, beautiful trees like that you see at Ala Moana or Kapiolani or the other parks? How hot is it here for the students when they come out after school and they play on the playground? How hot is it here for the summer fun, with those of you that are here? And we need places where people can go in the shade. So we decided to ring the park, but before the city comes in and does something, we need to work with the community, because we're not the ones who should make the decision. What we should ask is this the right decision? Is there ways that you would want it done? How can we work with you? So I want to thank all of the schools that joined us. I want to thank all the community groups that Nate talked about, some of them that are locally based here, others that are also outside but came in with us to ask for permission. And to do this work with you, to put this park in the way that it should be. I want to thank the DPR staff because we did something a little different. We said, let's work on this across our little silos. So we had our maintenance guys came in and they redid the irrigation. They worked with the urban forestry and community forestry to make sure the right trees were going in the right places. And the parks people for the maintenance crews who are going to help maintain them, and the recreation crews who run the programs to help us figure out where do people go in the park, where are the best places to be located. And again, for the schools and the community groups that are joining us to help care and steward for these places. We're looking forward to seeing these trees grow. Thank you very much for being, so helping to make this happen. And we're looking forward to you folks being good stewards of this, and then maybe when you're my age, standing up here and talking about planting more trees in the community for the next youth. So mahalo to everyone today.
Aloha mai kākoa, aloha! Hahai no ka ua I ka ulula'au. Hahai no ka ua I ka ulula'au. The forest brings the rain. And what we're witnessing today is something that is not just an outward expression of planting trees, but we are breaking ground literally here on the Waianae coast. And this is so significant to our people because this is one of the elements that will help us to remind ourselves of who we are and where we come from. And this act is not just a simple act that we're here today and then we move on with our lives. You, Keiki, what you are doing here today is so significant, and this will mark your life. And this will be a moment that if you ever veer off into the world, you will grow up and become doctors, teachers, judges. You are our future community leaders, neighborhood board members, senators, and representatives. But I want you to remember this day that marks your life, because when you get out into the world and you get distracted and you find yourself getting caught up in the world's ways, I want this to be a significant place for you to come back to, because this will remind you of who you are and where you come from. This, what we're doing here today, is who we really are. And when you get in the ground and you plant these trees, know that this is a moment that was paved generations ago from our ancestors, from our kupunas, and this will be the future of your children and your children's children. So take this today as a moment to really reflect on, because when we can continue to restore our relationship with Aina, then we will strengthen who we are as a people. And the Waianae Coast is so special in the significant moments that we have, that we can truly make a difference. Now, it was not even a year ago that myself, along with our Department of Urban Forestry, Department of Parks and Recreations, NeoNow, and many, many organizations and people that had put their hand to the plow to plant 7 coconut trees at Trax Beach in Nānāikapono. And I want to share with you why that's so significant is because we were the first ever to plant food trees on city and county land, and it was done here on the Waianae Coast. I want us to give everybody a round of applause for that. And I really want to thank Director Thielen, newly appointed Deputy Director Hayden, former Deputy Director Kehaupuu, who is Nanakuli Homestead resident, that it's going to take a collaborative effort to continue these projects. And I look forward to working with them, because as we are living in one of the most driest parts of the island, we are the solution to how we're going to bring water here to the lower part of our moku, and that is by planting native trees. So I'm excited to partner with you, but more so I'm excited to share in this moment with you that you will always remember, and I know that your kumus will continue to remind you of this day, so you come back here if you ever get lost in the world, if you ever get distracted, if you ever get overwhelmed with society, come back here and remember what you did here. Look at the tree and show your children and your future children, this is what mommy did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. And this is how we're going to continue to perpetuate and protect our culture and our way of life, is by moments like this. So I just wanted to mahalo Department of Parks and Recreation. Thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity. And then also, of course, the Mayor's Office, who's been very generous in allowing us to have these collaborative projects here in our community. And of course, none of this could not be done without the work and the effort of the community. So when we do this today, please know that it was because us. We did this today. When you look back, you can go back and say, hey, I did that. I planted that tree over there. And because of that, you'll look at the multitudes of plants that are going to be continuing, because this is not the first, and this definitely won't be the last, but this is the start. And I'm excited for you guys to be a part of it. So thank you very much. Aloha and mahalo.
Speaking of the mayor, I'd like to call up his chief of staff, Andy Sugg, to deliver a very important proclamation to you folks today. So please help me in welcoming Andy Sugg.
Aloha and good morning. Thank you all for being here. Before we get to the proclamation and the sort of governmental language of a proclamation, I just want to, first of all, thank everyone for being here. Laura and Ted and all the amazing folks that work at Parks and Rec. Not just this project, but every project that I've been involved with since I came to the city and county. The Parks and Rec department have been incredible partners, and so you guys should all, you know what, round of applause for the Parks and Rec folks, because I don't think the average person knows how hard they work, and it's a 24/7 thing. So thank you all very much. There's a lot of people on this island that use our parks every day, and it's because of the hard work that you folks do that they look as great as they do. A lot of you probably aren't as old as I am, but there was a book when I was a kid called The Lorax. Oh, you guys know. So the Lorax speaks for the trees, right? I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. So that book I was your age when I first read that book. And that book is an amazing book. And the Lorax, that was really the first book I ever read that taught me a little bit about conservation and the environment and how important it was for us to appreciate all that is around us. So you guys are now the Loraxes. You speak for the trees, and you speak for the oceans, and you speak for the mountains, and you speak for the Aina. And it's a really big responsibility, and I want you guys to understand how important it is. As I said, it really fostered my love of the outdoors. I do a lot of hiking and love to be out in the mountains, and I think that's sort of what started it, and maybe started it for my parents, but it's really important and it's a great responsibility. So not just you, but you need to spread the word of the Lorax to all your friends and to your family members, so that it's not just these 11 trees that we're going to be planting today, but every acre of this island, we're all responsible for it. But long after we're gone, it's going to be on you guys to take care of the trees. So I just want to thank you all 4 schools that are here for taking part and being great partners in this effort. The mayor would have loved to have been here today, but I speak on behalf of him and on behalf of the entire administration. Samantha talked about the mayor's commitment to the Waianae Coast. I think she knows it. I think Darius knows it. We're here, and we're here for all the folks here, and this is a really important and beautiful part of this island. So don't ever take that for granted either. You live in an amazing place. One other thing, because if I didn't, I would get scolded on my drive back to the city. These trees, as Heather talked about, are also an important part of our climate change mitigation. Not just what we're doing as far as building different ways to ward off climate change. These are natural, this is natural shade, and we need more trees planted around the island. As the planet gets warmer, which we all know it is, the trees are a vital tool in keeping you all comfortable. I remember when I was a kid, we had a tree in our big tree in the backyard, and there was a tree house in it. So I'm not advocating building tree houses in these trees, but I used to go and read books in the tree house and just hang out, and it was a great place to just relax and think about how lucky we all are. So again, before I sort of present the proclamations, I want to thank everyone for being here. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Darius, for being here. My hair's not curling in the rain, Darius. And again, thanks to everybody from Parks who have made this all happen. Mahalo. So I'm not going to read all of this because it's very sort of governmental language. It's not quite like the Lorax. It doesn't read so well. But this is to thank the four schools for their incredible work in making this day happen. So Leihoku Elementary, are you guys here? A little round of applause for Leihoku Elementary. Mākaha Elementary, round of applause for the kids from Mākaha and your teachers. Nānāikapono, oh, you guys right in the front row. How'd you get the front row seats? And Nānāikapono High School. Thank you all. I'm just going to read the last little bit of this, and this is from the mayor. Now, therefore, I, Rick Blangiardi, mayor of the city and county of Honolulu, do hereby proclaim November 8th, 2024 to be Arbor Day. Now, Arbor Day is, I think, in April in most places, but every day, you guys know every day is Arbor Day, right? We're planting trees every day, so every day is going to be Arbor Day for the rest of your lives. Arbor Day, to encourage residents to participate in Arbor Day observances throughout the island and support the ongoing everyday efforts to care for Oahu's trees, parks, and forests, ensuring that they live on to provide life-sustaining benefits and safeguard the health of our community, our climate, and our future. I think that says it all. So, should I present to each school?
Yes, they're here for you.
Come on up.
Who you want first?
Let's go with Leihoku. Nānāikapono. Mākaha Elementary. And Nānāikapono High School, last but not least.
All right, that's enough from us old folks. Now it's time to hear a special oli from the keiki of Nānāikapono. You guys ready? Come on up.
Kuha'aheo palikea ikalai. Kuha'aheo palikea ikalai. La'ia naika maluhere akala. Lui kaina lui kai